Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of my Project Zomboid hardcore survival series, set in the town of Drayton. In today's episode we're going to use the knowledge we got from reading the carpentry book in our last episode to start getting ourselves some wood from the nearby forest. It's going to be a bit of a grind this episode, but the end of the episode we should be able to start using the wood we got from the forest to make ourselves some makeshift weapons. So at the moment I'm using a frying pan that I got from a nearby house, and the problem is that obviously I am burning through weapons faster than I can acquire them, and we really only need a blunt weapon, or in my case a stabbing weapon like a knife would be ideal, and we can easily get that by cutting down some trees and fashioning the wood into some stakes. To do that we need a carpentry skill of 1. So we can level up our carpentry skill a number of ways, but the easiest way, being next to a forest, is simply to cut down some trees and start fashioning them into some stakes. Now we've got quite a large horde here, so we're going to try and eliminate those guys first. And after we've managed to get ourselves some weapons, I'm probably going to consider moving away from this base. The horde seems to turn up every single day, and this is another reason why I started very early in the morning, so I can get rid of these guys and start cutting down the trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to try not to cut down trees that we can use as potential cover. The problem is that we've got, as you can see, quite a big horde, and too many Zeds for us to actually fight without a stabbing weapon. So we're going to take a bit of a calculated risk, head in here, clear the glass, and not a moment too soon by the look of it. We'll take these guys out. So what I'm trying to do is just get them into groups that I can manage, but as you can see, it's quickly getting out of control. So I'm going to cut through the woods again. I very strongly suspect that there is a zombie spawn point somewhere here, and they're just going to keep coming. So we have kind of set up in the base where we are. So I don't really want to move because we've got so much invested there. We've only been playing for a couple of episodes, but already I've got at least a few months worth of food, at least a few weeks worth of water. We've got a shop pretty much full of tools. We've really got a great spot there, so we'll continue on, and if it gets to the point that I can't stay there, there is another place. One of the places that I looted previously was a high-rise building. Most of the windows and doors in the building had been broken, but the zombies have since left and the building is vacant. So if I can find a sledgehammer and we can break the stairs out, that high-rise building will become my new home. The high-rise building also has a lot of food, so I could potentially move from my current base to that new building, but again it's a matter of convenience, and also just the fact that potentially moving is going to cause a big problem for me, because I'm going to have to move so much stuff. Obviously I've spent the last 4 episodes collecting items and just basically getting myself to the point where I'm self-sufficient. So, well, that was a bit of a bug. I pushed him and he didn't detect it. So I'm going to run away from these guys. Now these Zeds are sticking in these big groups, and this is the problem. With a blunt weapon, it's not really going to work very well against more than a couple at a time. go. And again, they've zeroed in on me. These guys are obviously very smart. Thankfully, my trusty fry pan is actually pretty potent. If these guys would just stop coming in such big numbers, I might have a chance. So we're going to swap back to our machete. Just shank a couple of these guys to give us a chance. Whoa. Yeah, so the problem is that these guys just keep spawning here. So this probably was not the best idea for a base, but I had no way of knowing that there was a spawn point pretty much right outside my front door. Now, we had some success last time by utilising the supermarket. That's what we're going to do again. Going to hope that my machete will hold out. I've been getting quite a lot of kills with it, but at the moment it is starting to wear out. Just got to do my 360 spin and make sure that nobody is coming to ruin my day. Now, after we've done a day of collecting wood, we'll be able to have a stabbing weapon. We seem to have been outnumbered again. So we'll try and use our machete to even the odds. But this is not good. Like, we're literally getting these guys on our doorstep every single day. It's a big pain to have to be killing this many guys all the time. I don't want to be doing this every single day. So we're going to circle around again. I'm going to grab something out of the fridge because my character's actually hungry. Find something that's perishable. There we go. So this horde's a little bit big, but it's not unmanageable. Get rid of these guys, and then hopefully this should be the most of the crowd. I'm not ready to move yet because the convenience of being right next to the woods is just is so good. We've essentially got an endless supply of wood just outside our front door, and I really don't want to move, but we're going to see how we go. Alright. I haven't really been bothering to pick up keys and stuff because the zombies just keep breaking all of the things that the doors that are in the area. So getting in and out of buildings isn't a problem because they're just smashing everything. So let's cut down some trees. What I'm trying to do is cut down the trees that are not going to be in the area. I want to leave the forest where it is, mostly. And I'm going to try and cut down about 6 trees. Now, I could be using the axe. That's a waste of the durability of the axe, but I might... I might have to, because these guys aren't giving up. So what we want is these logs. So we've cut down some trees, and we're going to pick up these logs, and we're going to take them back. We're going to start sawing them into planks, and the planks are what we'll make clubs. We'll make some knives or some some shivs. We'll cut down a couple more trees while we've got stamina. So I'm just getting the loose trees around the area. There's another meta event. We can carry roughly about four logs in our backpack without getting encumbered. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, I think that'll do for now. We'll grab these logs and we'll load up. I have virtually emptied my bag, so I should be able to carry 4 logs. Maybe a little more, we'll see. These tree branches we're going to keep because we can turn the tree branches into slingshots. And slingshots are actually a pretty viable weapon in this game. They're actually not too bad. And as far as ranged weapons go, they don't make too much noise, and they're a really cheap and efficient way to level up my ranged weapon skill. When I can level up my ranged weapon skill, I'll be able to start using some of the guns that we've found. Now, I believe that there is one of my subscribers commented there is a gun store in Drayton, and actually quite a very big one. So I'm not going to raid that gun store in this episode, but we are essentially going to try and get into that gun store in a future episode. So we're going to head back up into our little base. And what we're going to do is we're going to saw these logs. We'll just chuck them on the ground for now. I really wish I could pick up and move this furniture. Oops. Can I pick it up? I can, excellent. So that's really good. I might actually be able to just move that furniture and put it outside. And that's probably what I'll do. I'm just going to put the furniture down here. There we go. So what's that? What that basically is doing is just freeing up a bit of room in my lounge room. I'm eventually going to move everything out of the lounge room, all chairs and tables and that. Just chuck them outside where they're not needed. I want to try and clear my lounge room completely and have lots of space. So over here we're going to drop our logs. There's 6 of them. We can only drop 5 at a time. And we're going to cut those logs into planks. So let's do that now. Saw logs. And we won't be able to do much with these planks in terms of turning them into weapons yet. But let's look at my carpentry skill. It's going up about 2 for every single bit of wood that I cut up. So we're going to have to cut quite a lot of logs up in order to get our carpentry skill where we want it. Okay, there we go. So we've made about 13 XP from that. Let's rest. And this is pretty much what the episode's going to be, unfortunately. We really need to get our carpentry skill up to level 1. It really is an essential skill for us. And without the carpentry skill at level 1, I can't make any weapons. So thankfully we have a store full of axes. I'm pretty sure they've got more than one axe. So if I break this axe, I'm not too concerned. I'm going to come over here and we're going to start cutting down these trees. I'm actually cutting into the forest. As you can see, there is no shortage of wood. Everywhere I go, we're going to have lots and lots of wood. And cutting down all these trees and making planks isn't a waste. Because 1, we're getting the XP we need. And 2, you can never have too much wood. So we can use it for weapons. We can use the planks to barricade buildings. We can use them for firewood. And of course we use wooden planks to build most of our furniture and our tools and items. So you can never have too many wooden planks. We're going to get as many as we can going. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting down as many trees as I can. We don't want to overdo it. As you can see, my exertion over here. Exertion is basically how tired you are. So we don't want to overdo it and make ourselves too tired. We'll take 4 logs and we're going to cut these up again. We're going to drop these inside our house. Even if I end up with 200 or 300 planks, I'm going to use all of what I pick up. We're going to have eventually build an entire base. So I'm going to build some walls. I'm going to build some barricades. I'm going to eventually wall off my whole base and have an area outside where I can start a farm. Now, I may actually build it here at the front, but what I probably most likely will do, if I can find myself a sledgehammer, is build it up on the roof. So I might actually build a staircase to the roof, and we'll have a farm just up here. So what I'll do is I'm going to test that by... Actually, we can't do that yet because I don't have the requisite carpentry skill to build yet. So that's okay. What we're going to do, this entire room, we're going to fill up with planks. So let's start over here. We'll drop our logs on the ground. And again, I apologize, it's very boring, but we need weapons, and this is the easiest way to get them. So let's look at our carpentry skill again. It's going up. It's a bit slow, and this is going to be a very slow process, but when winter comes, we're going to be really happy to have all this wood lying around ready to go. So we've now got 22 is our carpentry skill. We're about a quarter of the way, or a third of the way to where we need to be. We need to have a rest, so I'm going to do that now. Character's pretty tired. It's now a little bit before midday, and we're halfway through the day. It's probably going to take us a couple of days of work to get our carpentry skill to where we want it to be. But time is all I have at the moment, because I've got water, I've got plenty of food. There's a stream nearby, so if I get really desperate, I can go and fill up my bottles at the stream, and I can boil the water. So as far as supplies go, we're pretty good. It's just weapons I don't seem to have a lot of, so we're going to try and fix that. Now, the other reason why we're going to cut a hole into this forest is for the purpose of foraging. If we have a path deep into the forest that we can easily get in and out of, we can go deep into the forest so we can forage. In certain areas of the forest, you'll find certain things, but it's very dangerous to obviously walk into the forest without having some sort of path that you can see. So this is going to be our path. The convenience of this is also that it's away from home. I don't want to be cutting down the trees near our house because they provide us a little bit of cover from the zombies. As you can see, I've been using them to great effect to break up the hordes. So now we're getting a little bit tired, so we'll cut down a couple more trees. Our axe is holding up quite well. The other thing this does is bring up our skill with blades, particularly the maintenance skill. So everything in this game has every action you take that increases your XP is always useful. We are a bit tired, so we're going to take these logs again and we're going to take them back. We're going to cut these up into some more planks. We're going to basically have a house full of planks, and that's good though, because when we get our carpentry skill up high enough, we're going to start using those planks to build some really cool stuff. Barricades, we're going to build some wooden floors. We're going to build an extra entrance into the base. We may even expand our base and build outwards and have a platform. So what? Unfortunately, this game doesn't have some realistic physics in terms of building. You can literally build a platform out into space, have a wooden floor that just kind of floats in space, and that'll work. Even though in real life we obviously know it wouldn't, but you can actually do that. You can have a platform into space. I'm very tired, unfortunately. I'll see if I can lose this guy. Because I'm just going to waste durability on my axe by hitting him with my axe. Seems like it's not going to work. Oh no, he's heading off. That's good. We'll head back home again. And we've got these tree branches. And as I said, I have a use for these branches. We'll put them over in the corner. I'm going to cut up some more planks. Let's do that now. Let's see how we're going for. Yeah, 22 of 75. So we're not there yet. 24. So what we might do is let's see what we can build. That trusty hammer. I think the minimum level you need to build anything in this game is a carpentry skill of 1. Yep. So we literally can't do anything at the moment. That's interesting. Let's make a campfire kit. Because we're going to need to make one anyway. And that's given us a nice big boost to our carpentry skill. So what we'll do is we're going to place a campfire down. Now, I'm not an idiot. I'm obviously not going to light this because if we were, we would burn down our house. But we're just going to put this here for now. And when we're ready, that's going to be a ready-made campfire for us. Let's put down these planks. Excellent. So we'll have a rest and then we'll go get some more trees. So we're getting a bit hungry now. Gonna go and get some food. We got lots and lots of it. With some of this corn. Some zucchinis. There we go. We're back in action. So it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're at 38 of 75. So we're a little over halfway to where we need to be. Let's get rid of this guy now. I'm rested. A raincoat. We'll definitely take that in case it rains. And it seems now that we've gotten rid of those Zeds that it's not too bad. I'm sure that they'll turn up again tomorrow, so let's get cutting again. We're probably going to need cut down probably another dozen trees or so. It looks like I'm a little bit overheated because we have been working pretty hard today. Let's keep going. Now, one thing I can't do is forage in here, so what I should have done was actually check whether it was a forageable area, but it doesn't matter. We needed wood, so I'm not too worried about that. Foraging at the moment is pretty low on my list of priorities. And this is a pretty good place to get wood. No pun intended. So we are a little bit winded. Now doing this with an axe is very, very easy to do. If you can find yourself a fire axe like what I've got. If you can't find a fire axe, you can also use the machete. The machete will take a lot more hits, but it's very easy to get your hands on a machete, as you can see. If you're using the Hydrocraft mod, most zombies will drop a machete. Now if you're just using the base Zomboid game, you may find that you'll need to get yourself a stone axe. And a stone axe is gotten by getting a chipped stone. And chipped stones are found, of course, through foraging. So, yeah, you may need to do some foraging. But you can find a chipped stone without having a foraging skill of anything. It's just it's a pretty small chance to find a chipped stone. Your best bet is to see if you can get yourself a fire axe, and that's why I haven't been using the fire axe to fight the zombies, because it's a waste. We want to use a fire axe with its intended purpose, which is, well, its main intended purpose for us is to cut down trees. Because the more trees we've got, the more wood we can use, and the more wood we've got, obviously the more weapons we can craft. So we've got more logs. We're going to start, we're running out of space in our home. Let's saw these up. That's interesting. We can now make a pile of logs, but we're not going to do that yet. What we want to do is get as much skill points as we can into carpentry. So we're now at 40. We're 3/4 of the way there. We're very close. All of these planks mean that we'll have lots and lots of wood for winter. Awesome. So one thing we are going to do, because winter is coming, we're going to make ourselves some sticks, and we're going to do that by cutting up these planks. Let's do that now. And we want to make a sturdy stick. You only need a saw for that. You can see this doesn't give us a lot of experience, but it does make for some experience. And these little sticks we're going to put into our fire. There we go. I don't really need this many, and to be honest, we're just using this for the experience. But this just means when winter comes, I'm going to have plenty of sticks. There's also some other applications for using those sticks, so there's always handy to have some. Let's rest again, and we'll go and get some more trees. We're very close to where we need to be. We've got 66 of 75 experience. Our character is a bit tired. We'll go and cut down some more trees. What we could also do is, if we weren't under such a tight time scale, we could use some of the logs to make a log wall. And if you want to know a little bit more about barricading with log walls, I've done a tutorial on barricading and base defense. But basically we would erect a wall out of the logs, make a set of logs, lash them together with some ripped sheets and make a wall. And they're actually surprisingly tough for a makeshift wall. Getting all these trees. Got lots and lots of wood. This is a pretty boring exercise, but once we've done this, we'll have all the weapons we need. You can imagine with, you know, a few hundred planks, we'll have lots and lots of wooden stakes. We'll be able to make some clubs. We'll be able to make even some spiked planks if we want. We can drive a nail into the plank. I don't think that's a very effective weapon, so I tend to stick to small weapons, stabbing weapons. There we go. As you can see, getting my carpentry skill up is going to be a bit of a grind. It's going to be a long slog, but and that's why I tend to take the carpenter trait, because it just makes a lot of stuff like this not necessary. We've cut our way deep into the forest, but obviously I can't forage in here, so I'm probably going to stop digging into this forest any further. It's a bit of a waste. We might pick somewhere else where we can forage, and we'll dig a path into the forest there. But it hasn't been a wasted experience. We've gotten a lot of wood out of it, and some tree branches, and of course some twigs. We'll take some of these our ill-gotten gains back to base. There we go. 6 logs will be enough. Our character is quite tired now, and I can only hope that cutting up these logs will give me enough experience to make it to level 1 carpentry. Then we can make some wooden stakes. I don't know if we'll be able to do that today, but we're very close to being able to do it. And then when the horde turns up tomorrow, we'll have some weapons ready to take them on. Alright, so over here we'll carve up these logs again. Saw logs. So 68 of 75. It's going to be pretty close. I reckon we'll just have enough. Yep, we will. So we'll keep those 2 logs because we've got plenty of planks but no logs, and we have actually made it to the level of carpentry that we wanted, which is fantastic. So now let's further capitalize on all of these planks that we've got lying around by turning them into some stakes. So as you can see now, we've made it to level 1 carpentry. We have some extra options available to us. We can make some crates, we can make some shingles. I'm not sure what shingles are used for, but all of this stuff is secondary to the thing that I want to build, which is the wooden stake. All you need for a wooden stake is a knife and a saw, and of course some planks. Let's make some wooden stakes. As you can see, there's our wooden stake. We get 2 wooden stakes per plank, which means that we've got around 60 or 70 planks in here, we'll be able to make almost 200 wooden stakes. Each wooden stake will get you around 3 or 4 dozen kills, give or take, and the wooden stake can further be upgraded by burning the end or hardening the end with an open flame. Now I don't have many cigarette lighters to do that, but as far as a expendable weapon goes, this is a really perfect option for us. And the other advantage of doing this, of course, is that we're getting our carpentry skill up, so it's a win-win. We're using up all of these planks to make some nice weapons. And we are going to build as many wooden stakes as we can, because we're going to need lots. I probably will leave some of these planks out here for the purposes of building, but we can always get more. Our axe is still at 2/3 durability, so that's definitely not a problem. 22 wooden stakes. We're not going to need this many. I generally carry around half a dozen on me. And that's more than enough for our purposes. And as you can see, we've gotten not a lot of carpentry skill, but another 9 experience. Okay, we're probably overdoing it now. I think that's enough for the moment. When this is done, I'll knock off. There we go. So we've now got 28 wooden stakes, more than what we need. But let's put these away. They're going to go into this little bedside table here. Four wooden stakes. That's plenty. Okay. So just for now, we're going to drop our axe just here. And we're going to quickly head outside, because what I want to do is test a theory, which is to build a wooden floor. So wooden floor, yep, I need some nails. So let's see if we can build. We have to be very careful because I don't want to fall through this window and kill myself. But I might actually be able to build a little platform. There we go. Beautiful. No, I can't do it. That's a shame. I guess that makes sense though. Can I build above? Like so. No, I can't. Can I do that? It looks like I might be able to. I don't think that worked. I think I actually built it on the floor. It did. Well, that was a waste of nails, but anyway. So what I'm trying to do is essentially build a wall. A little floor outside, which will give us the ability to create a little balcony along here. And then I'm going to put down a campfire, and I'm going to do all my outsidey sort of stuff. Well, probably going to need I'm going to need a sledgehammer to smash the wall out to do that. So that's a bit of a shame, but oh, aha! That has worked. So what we've got here now is a platform. This is exactly what I was trying to do. Excellent. So this isn't much to look at, but what this means is I can now stand outside here and be reasonably safe. We can build up this side alleyway, and eventually I'll build a staircase that'll go up. But this will be where I stand. I might actually set up a little campfire here, and we'll do our cooking, and we'll do all of our outside sort of stuff, and we'll be safe because I'm standing up off the ground. If I was standing down on ground level, the Zeds would actually attack me, and I wouldn't be able to have a fire or any of the other stuff. Obviously the fire, I don't want to have it too close to the building. So I'm probably going to build out a little bit here. I have to be careful that I don't fall off, because obviously falling down will break my legs. So what we'll do is we'll continue cutting out some of the trees. I've got plenty of nails, so we'll build out here, build around. We actually might build around the front, and I'll have a little bit of even maybe a staircase up to the roof. And that's where we'll put our farm. We'll actually have a little farm here, and we'll have an area where we can cook, because we can't set up a campfire inside the house. So that's really good. That's actually another advantage of this, is I can build a little bit of a rim all around this house, which will let me put down some more ropes. And what I can do, instead of just blindly jumping out the window when I'm leaving my base, I can kind of hop out here, have a look this way, have a look this way. Okay, there's no zombies around. Now I can put a rope down here and just climb down safely. The problem at the moment is that when I'm climbing out the window, I can't really see what I'm doing. As you can see here, I can kind of see down there and it's kind of safe. It would be nice to actually step outside and be able to see what's coming. So, gone off on a bit of a tangent. Our character is now very tired, so I'm actually going to leave it at that. We're going to have a sleep, and in a next episode, we're probably going to begin to explore the town. We're going to try and find some more supplies, and maybe some more axes and some more nails. And if we can find some more nails, I've seen a couple in the store below, but probably not enough for what I have in mind. We can find some more nails, we can start really building this base out and making it what I want it to be. And hopefully, if the Zeds stop coming all the time, this will become our permanent home. Alright, that's it for today. If you like this episode, please subscribe as always, leave your comments. I would like to hear from people. Obviously, this series is a lot more popular than what I first expected it to be. So that's really fantastic. And hopefully you learn some stuff out of this and have some fun. And we'll see you for the next episode. Skill Incarnate out.